friend or foe. All right, let's take a listen to the beginning and listen to the horns. All right, so the horns come in. I'm not going to tab out that part there for you. Not that interesting, I don't think. But you've got that vocal melody that you hear later in the song. Right, that I want friends who get to know me, or I want those who get to know me. So the horns are sort of intimating that there. With the beginning, it goes. So it's like a quick B to a C sharp, down to an A. And then the second time, and then it just kind of goes up like that. And then there's a chord stab on E in there. So if you listen, all right, so double on E. And then the riff comes in with the chords. I know there's other videos out there about this song, but I think they just do the riff. Honestly, haven't watched more than a couple of them. They do show how to play the riff, but I like to take it further. You guys know I always like to do like a full harmonic breakdown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the chords underneath the riff, and then we'll break down both. Okay, as you can probably figure out, the chords are E, C, D-sus2, no third in that, okay, and then A, or A-sus2 or A. Doesn't really matter, you can play it either way. Okay, full A chord or A-sus2. All right, so very simple. And as usual on this record, in the mix, the acoustic is pulled way back. You hear more of a percussive effect. Sounds like super light strings. Again, suggest light picks. I usually use a 73 Ultex. With this song, it just doesn't work. It's just too much attack. So I relegate myself to these nylon picks, which I really don't like at all, but they work for this type of stuff. You've heard me say that a lot if you've watched the other videos about specifically the Friend or Foe album. Okay, so then the riff. All right, let's do the riff. All right, tab for this is below. Real easy. E, B, C, B, and back to E. Then D. So D, A, D, C sharp, and then 2 half-step bends on the G. So that works with the chords, because if you think about what the chords are, so we start with an E to B, which is E to B 1 to 5, and then C, you got the C in that riff, right? So the B there would kind of act as the major 7 of C, if you want to think of it like that. Then we go up to D, and then that's the part where we bring up right there. And then to the A, and that's where the C sharp comes in. What's the third of A major? A, B, C sharp, right? So that C sharp fits our chords because it sits on top of that A real nicely. Right? Beautiful sounding chord. Really beautiful chord. So for that reason, if you're doing this, I don't recommend this song as a solo or one to sing to your chick. Just don't recommend that at all for this song. You could do it, I suppose, but yeah, I don't know. If you have a bunch of Adamant fans sitting around, they would love it. But anyone else, I'm not so sure. So for that reason, what I said I say that you could do if you're the chords there is play. Instead of playing an A, you could play an A over C sharp, and that would fit. That actually, in my opinion, fits better than playing it as a straight A. But when you have the riff being played over the acoustic guitar chords, you don't really need that that inversion, right? It's that first inversion A chord. First inversion means you take the third of the chord and put it in the bass. So, you know, standard A chord. You know, the first inversion is instead of having the A bass, you've got the third of the chord in the bass, right? So yeah, really beautiful chord. So you could do that, right? And it sounds just fine, even better than playing it as an A unaccompanied. So that's the whole verse riff bit there, and then it comes to a second part of the verse. Let's listen. Okay, so A, E. A and E there, guys. Do I need to make it any more difficult? I do not. It's real easy. You could play it, strum it. You could go with an A straight. And this time I do think the third is important here, okay? And this is how I make my A chords. I don't make them like this. I always play them like this because inevitably I'm probably going to go to an E. Anytime you're playing an A, there's almost always an E lurking in there too. Either that or a G or a D, sometimes all of them. So I play it like that to keep that index finger free to quickly shift to an E. Now there's a bass part. Let me play this again and I'll play the bass notes for you. Alright, I got caught out there at the wrong spot, but basically over the E there's a bass part. B, A, E. You can play it here. Sounds better here. Right? So that's the bass part for the E, and the bass part for the A is a C sharp, B, A. You can play it here. Alright, let's listen to that again. Alright. Okay, so you have that part in there as well. So then we come to the halftime part, all right, and that starts at 1 minute 33 or thereabouts. So let's take a listen and then we'll break it down. Okay, we've got three things happening here. We've got 4 chords, a melody bit, and horns. So let's just talk about the chords first. So the chords, I think probably sound better as bars. I'll play them as bars and give you an alternate bar chord form here. So basically we have a C, C sharp, D flat, A. Right, you can hear that, right? Alright, so those are our 4 chords. Alright, let's listen to that. to the best I can tell, that's what's happening there. Okay. Now, if we listen to the melody bit. So what we have there is we have a long C, and then so it's C, C sharp, B flat, and A, same as our chords, right? Just listen to that real quick again. Okay, that's it. And then there's a horn part. Okay, and I'll show you how that goes. So it's just a B flat to E, or oh, Jesus, B flat to C, and then a little stab there. E flat to C, right? So that's that part there. So I mentioned I'd show you another way to play those chords. So you could do them here as these types of bars. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. And then there's another halftime part or the halftime part continues, I should say. Where it goes really, truly halftime right here, I should say. Yeah, so that part really wasn't halftime. The halftime part is coming up here. I guess that's sort of a bridge into the halftime part. Alright, so there, everything is really being carried by the vocal and the horns. There's not any, I don't think there's any guitar in there. So what you've got is you got a... Right, so A to E, and then B flat to A. Let's play that one more time. Listen. Then back to the main deal. That is the song. All right. Not a particularly good one for solo acoustic, I don't think. Really cool if you have friends and that like and know this song and you want to play it for them or with them. You could definitely do something with it. The horns are really a big part of this one, though. So absent of those, I'm not so sure how well it works, and I'm really not keen to find out, to be honest. But hey, that's it. So as always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or whatever, just shoot me an email and or leave a comment, I guess, and we'll see you somewhere else. Thank you very much.